hear me? Can you hear me? Testing. I'm trying to figure this out, so hang on with me here, please. Can you see me? Uh, well, making the risk. I'm gonna try to go for it. Let's see, done and save. Let's see. Just copy that. Hopefully, you can hear me. You can hear me well. All good? All good? That's kind of funny. All right, I'm actually live, so I'm going to try to go ahead and test this out. Yeah. All right. So I took these two references, uh, and exactly when I move them, it just messes up. Great. Dang it. Uh, 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 why can I? Uh, there you go. Got it. So for whatever reason, it wasn't letting me. Uh huh. I took these two references, and this is what I was thinking of trying today. I took the time to look for them. If you're interested in learning where to find them, I'll leave the link here below afterwards. But basically, I use a website is called Unsplash that allows you to download resources, and those are images that are free to use for anyone that wants to use them. I think you have to, depending on the artist that took the picture or the photographer, you have to credit them or whatever the terms they decided for their image. So if you want to check it out, it's really cool. They also have like a premium option for it. Uh, but yeah, I, this is not sponsor or anything. It's just something I use. So for you all, to keep in mind. See, now I have to set up also the camera because I do short videos with this. So I am going to set the other camera. That movement is me putting the camera where I'm going to do a drawing, and I'm going to put this here. Yeah, you can see my capybara, my chihuire, his little friend there, and my sketchbook. I'm gonna light it up more so you guys can see better. Let's frame it a little better. Yeah, not the best framing, I guess. Just gonna try to fix this. Give me a second. I think something like that. Let's see. Well, if you follow me, you've probably seen some of this. Uh, I've been filling out sketches for I don't know how long. It's over 400 drawings, something like that. Originally, I was doing one every day, but then I stopped, and because I had a daughter recently, so I've been taking care of her and my family. So that's the main reason why I stopped completely. Um, and I started taking breaks during the weekends before that, just for mental health. But anyway, let's see if I can do this. Yeah, I don't think that's good enough. I'll probably move this even more. There you go. Something like that. And well, the only issue I have now is that if I frame it the proper way here, then the other camera doesn't fully work, which is not great. Let's see if I can fix that by lowering this. Yeah, it might help. That's better. Something like that. There you go. Yeah. Now double camera and just go for anyone. I'm going to leave here afterwards the point to where you can skip to where I'm actually starting to draw something. So, okay, new page. I've been using lately a big pen, a Sharpie. Sometimes I use Posca markers. They're acrylic markers, different tip sizes. These ones are thinner. These ones are thicker. And this great friend right here, the just a black Sharpie with this type of tip. Uh, these are really good. That's basically what I've been using. So now I guess let's get to it. Let's see. I don't know. It, maybe the light is too saturated. Anyways, I think I'm overthinking it. All right. If you follow me, probably you already know, but I made a video about this, that using a pen makes it so that whatever you put on the paper stays there. So it's a it's a cool way to practice drawing. You get more accustomed to the fact that whatever, as I said, you put on the paper stays there, which over time starts to give you more confidence in what you're doing. Of course, there's caveats to this. You can also get some like biases around the technique, but uh, for me, I just find it like it has a lot of pros, so I focus more on that one, on on the pros versus the cons on this. Of course, if you use a pencil, you can erase it, but I don't know. I like that it's already a final thing once you're finished. So I find it really neat. Also, the other thing is that there's a really cool thing about pens, and it's that you can actually um, do shading on it. So you can go really dark if you put pressure on the pen. The ink allows you to the combination of the pen plus the type of ink that this has allows you to have a range of uh, the pressure you put in, so it changes how dark the actual line that you're creating is depending on the pressure. So yeah, I'm rambling, I guess, but I just wanted to give you that point of view about that. Anyway, so I know Sugar is in the shadow, the big one. Okay, I'll move it. There you go, right over there. Okay, let's see. I mentioned on the other stream I did yesterday. Actually, one of the first things you should do with any drawing is frame what you're trying to draw. If this is your page, you want the image to have enough space around it so it can breathe visually. Actually, if you look at the image that I have as a reference, you can see that whoever took the picture, he framed the head of the jaguar, or I don't know if it's a she who took the picture, but it's really nicely framed. So, like the main focus is the face of the jaguar, and you actually have a really nice um, bokeh effect, I guess. Like it's out of focus. The background is out of focus, and your main point of view is the face of the jaguar. So I guess this is kind of an introduction to what I'm about to do. It should be a fairly short uh, drawing. We'll see. Anyway, if I'm not talking is because I usually do not talk when I'm drawing, but sometimes I pause and say something. Anyway, another thing that I think I've heard others say, and I've also learned that, is that at first, usually what you want to do is focus on the overall shapes of the object or subject that you want to draw. So that way, you once you tackle that part, then you can worry about the rest. Um, I was actually thinking about if I should do this image or the other one, but I guess I'll stick to this one. Even though this one's really interesting, can still switch between the two. I think. No, I like this one. Okay, so go. You see the head of the jaguar is tilted to the side a little bit. So I'm going to try to show that or convey that. There you go. So it's tilted that way. If there's a little if the image looks a little bit skewed, it's probably because of the angle that I'm drawing from, because I'm not actually in front of the page, which is actually something that you should try to do if if you're gonna try this out. Um, you're supposed to draw like, let's say this is the page. Your eyes should be here, so you look exactly where everything is. If you look at it from an angle, then you can have some distortion there. So for anyone to keep that in mind. So as you see, you can go light or dark in regards of the lines that you're creating. If you see, I already made like a overall um, draft of where the jaguar should be. I'm going to try to go for the eyes. Let's see. I think they should be like around here. If you see the, actually I made the forehead a little bit wrong. It should be like more like that. I'm having some like hairy lines there, which you usually don't want. There's this shape here. You see that the forehead of the jaguar has a kind of a heart shape. Uh, Maybe it sounds like ramblings, but if you start to pick up on those things, that's a really good way to get better. The more you can, the better you can grasp uh, what components make up an object or a subject, the easier it becomes to draw that object. So you see, I'm trying to get the angle right. I think I mess up the. I think it should be more like here. So he's probably getting a little bit of light on his eyes, so that's why you see the pupils are not dilated, which means that his eyes are not wide open, so he's probably protecting them. Uh, it's subtle, but you can see it. Well, the pupils are not subtle, but you understand what I mean. I hope you do. Anyway, let's see. I put this here. Let's see. And if you see the nose has like a little B or a T. Looks like a T, I guess, or a bat or something. Imagine a bird, maybe like a seagull. You remember if you ever draw a seagull, like that little bee that you draw when you're gonna do a seagull. Anyways, again, I'm rambling. So I think I already have the shapes that I want. And even if I, in this case, I know I messed up a little bit, it's not perfect. It, nothing is ever fully perfect. Like I know a lot of people, they just trace the image and is then it's just technique what you see after there. It's really impressive, but they're doing just technique. It's not actually drawing. I don't know. I guess some of them do. But they have to be like super skillful. A lot of them, if especially if you're gonna do like a specific portrait of a person, then in that case you see I messed up the eyes, as I said. The eyes too high. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's totally skewed. Damn it. Anyway, it should be more like there. It looks like it got hit or something. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm drawing it this way so whoever is watching can see this. But in reality, when you're drawing, if I'm sketching on my own, I'm going to be turning the page like doing that kind of thing, uh, so I can see exactly where I'm messing up. That's the best way you can do that. Or you can, with a page, you can do this too. And that allows you to check, oh, I messed up here, I messed up here. Because what it starts happening after a while is that your eye starts to adjust to what you're drawing, and if you made a mistake while drawing it, then you're screwed. Like your eye doesn't recognize that you made a mistake, so your anatomy is against you in those cases. And so a way to fix that is that you flip the canvas or the image, and it kind of resets your brain into actually being able to look at the mistake you made. So just a little tip there in case that helps. Let's see. Yeah, no, I'm starting to feel better about the drawing. After this part comes the fun part. So remember what I said about this, guys? Of course, these are sketches. I'm trying to make them as quickly as I can. We've been here for 20 minutes, so I might not do this part, but the eyes that are focal point definitely. So there, I think I fixed the eye anyway, and it also gives it sort of a focal point there, like it makes it pop a little bit more. The eye is of course always a focal point in any image that you are creating. If you're doing a portrait, um, so I heard time ago. I don't know if this is true, but I heard that maybe it was a movie or something that some predators are able to like make noises that make their prey like get into a kind of a scare mode for a little bit so they can catch them. So they paralyze their prey a little bit. Uh, of course, like lions and felines, like bigger felines. I guess they also do it for their own species too. But I've heard that they part of the noises they make, they're able to. That's my dog on the background. Yeah, whenever he hears something outside, he starts to get all rattled. Can be a yeah, full of himself. We do love them though. We try to make it so that the apartment would be less. Uh, it would make less noise for him and for us too, because if he's all stressed out because of the noises, he's gonna bark. So we try to make it that the apartment would be less noisy, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if I did the right thing there with the but anyway, let's see if I can. Hmm, let's see. I wonder if we miss a second. Sorry, did I? Ah, okay. I was thinking that I messed up the stream or something. Anyway, so as you saw, it's basically like you have to place the overall shape, and this part is, I guess, to me is the fun part is adding all the glazing on top. One of the reasons that I started doing this type of drawings, I started actually a really long time ago, uh, was because I've always had this preference for animals in general. Like I don't know how to translate it properly, probably, but I find the animals are awesome in general. So these are in most cases in danger in one way or another. A lot of you might probably know this, uh, but yeah, I just wanted to to make sort of a series, and I tried to put it as much as possible in my work. Different animals that are in danger and are also from where I'm from, uh, is Venezuela, obviously. Yeah, if this didn't give it away, um, but think is something that everybody should keep in mind, especially like with all the contamination and exploitation that we have done on our planet. It's something that we should all be at the very least conscious of. We haven't found the proper ways of protecting certain aspects of nature because often we try to protect something and we mess something else up. There are multiple examples of this, so I guess reserves are a good way to do it, like national parks. It just leave those things there, and look at it from afar. Um, but I also understand that well, there's a lot of resources there, and people are gonna want to exploit things. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, and I feel like we shouldn't exploit it, at least not as much. But we definitely do for profit. So another thing that helps with creating an image is, in my case, I often I'm doing interpretations of pictures or real life subject matter. Uh, so one thing that helps you is if you squint your eyes, you can sort of get a better grasp of contrast of the image. So that way you can darken the areas that needed depending on. Of course, this is an interpretation of the image. It's my own take on it, and by any means a perfect uh, representation. But you try to translate the aspects of the image that help you or that are in favor of the work that you're trying to convey, and make it work with what you have. So I would say that the best thing you can do when checking what I'm saying, that my this may all sound like a rambling, is every now and then you go look at the image, you squint your eyes, you compare it to what you're doing, and there's also this thing of after a while, after you've been doing this for a while, you get into what they call the zone, or kind of a, I would describe it, sort of a trance, mental trance. The You're not really thinking what you're doing. You're just doing it. So it allows you to, I don't know how to explain it. It's a weird experience for sure. Uh, I would say like it allows you to access other gears that you didn't know you had in regards to the ability that you might be trying to develop. In this case, drawing or art. It's a really interesting subject because you're not really thinking about it. You're just doing it, and it starts to come together after a while. The main thing I would say is enjoy what you're doing, whatever version of it it is. It doesn't matter if it's a small drawing on a napkin or if you're painting a mural in a side of a building. It's just enjoy what you're doing, whatever version of it. And I've been in situations in my life a lot of times in which I had to like consciously like I'm not enjoying this anymore. I I'm pretty sure like there are lots of things that you do because you have to do them. Um, we all work or have worked. A lot of us have worked because you have to pay the bills and you have to do different things. Uh, but if it's something like if in this case what I'm doing with this drawings, something that you're doing for yourself and to follow, I guess a calling, um, a calling that goes beyond you, a vocation, then you should be enjoying what you're doing. It shouldn't be a burden. So I have found myself in creative fields. You can end up like basically pushing pixels around in a computer, and yeah, it drains out any creativity from it. Um, so there's a lot of that. Uh, there's also awesome work that I have had the chance to be part of and work on. Uh, but it's also really important, whatever you're doing, to be honest in that regard to yourself, because then like what's the point? We're all for a limited time span on this earth, and one thing is something that you're doing because you need to do it, like, oh, I need to, I don't know, I'm going to start laying bricks because yeah, I need to pay some bills. uh, that's something that you have to do. But if you're choosing to do something like, oh, I could do this thing or I can do this other thing, um, you're choosing that path. So those are cases in which you should like really think about that. And even if you're doing something that, oh, I'm doing this just because I really need to, maybe think about it in a way that, okay, this is not gonna be forever. This is gonna be for however time I can. In the meantime, I'm going to do these other things that offset the fact that I'm not doing exactly what I want to be doing. So I don't know, just ramblings of a illustrator, all grumpy illustrator, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm fairly happy with this. Going to, if you see, uh, one thing do you remember that I was mentioning something about a heart shape on the head of the animal? They have in these areas right here. They they also have a lot of muscles here, but often in carnivores, their jaws have like ginormous muscles in these areas. So the muscle is here and it pulls the jaw up when they close their mouth. So that allows them to inflict like a deadly bite if they want to. They also have, I don't know about jaguars, but if you've been around dogs enough, they have I guess they can also do it with jaguars and big felines. They have I don't know how to translate it. Um, Controlled bite, I guess. They can be super gentle with it if they want. Like a dog can basically nib at you a little bit and not hurt you at all. But they have to practice that. Like they practice by playing with each other when they're growing up. So when they're grown, if they have cubs or they're in a I was gonna say the word in Spanish, manada. Um, they can play with other dogs or I guess wolves if talking about wolves, and not hurt them. They can hurt you if they want to, but as long as they don't want to, they can control their jaw. Yeah, they have. There we go. So you saw how this turned from kind of a meh to something that I kind of fond of. Okay, it's already on the last part, which is also really fun. So I'm going to try to get it right. See, I'm going to. You see me move the camera is because I'm also filming with my phone. And just gonna take this. Okay, there you go. So something like that. Yeah, yeah. So trying to, as you see, it's an interpretation of the original image, but I'm also trying to see where the light is actually coming from. I don't know. I don't know if this is an overcast day, but well, anyway. Just gonna add this and let's, yeah. I don't know how much you can see there, but let's see. Wait. it's not the best. Anyway, I'm going to go quickly with this and turn on the light again. There we go. Something like that. Sorry for that. Check something else. Is punk. Punk. There you go. I turn on the light again, and part of the trick is gone. Just gonna do the last bit of it. Bum 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 bum. Sorry if I move the camera the wrong way. Damn. It's something like that. Hopefully I didn't mess it up. There you go. Okay. Also want to fix that line that I messed up here. Might not look as good, but I'm going to try it. Something like that. Yeah. Save the other one there. I just wonk, wonk. happy with that. Just gonna sign this. Here you go. Well, this has been today's stream. Uh, Thank you all for watching. I guess I'll see you. Let's see if I can continue with this tomorrow. I'll be turning this into a short video and you can see the whole process. Well, this is more for who doesn't already follow me, and they can see a little bit of the process that I do for this. And if you have any suggestion or questions about uh, the work, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, even though right now live there's only one person. But thank you for being here. If you choose to watch this stream later, so take care. Bye.